2 Corinthians 12:9, my strength is made perfect in weakness. Why? Because you're not doing it in your strength, you're doing it in His. Deuteronomy 33:25, I like this. As your days are, so shall your strength be. That means the last day and the last hour you live, you can do good things through the power of God. God's strength will be with you. Psalms 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? Psalms 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in the time of trouble. Who's the help in the time of trouble? God is your refuge and your strength. He is our fortress. He is our high tower. God is our shelter in the time of the storm. He is our shield in the day of battle. He is the rock of our salvation in the time of storm. Our God is greater than the greatest. He's wiser than the wisest. He's higher than the highest. He's the great physician. Our God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is your provider. He is the light in the darkest hour. He is the power to protect and deliver you from powers and principalities of darkness. He gives you wisdom to those who ask. He is the all-seeing eye. His eye is on the sparrow, and His eye is on you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. God has not misplaced you. He has numbered the hairs in your head. He loves you. He is your defender. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Give Him praise in the house of God. Two illustrations tonight. With a mind of Christ, never submit to intimidation. Don't ever yield to intimidation from anybody. When Roman soldiers came to arrest Jesus in the garden, 500 soldiers came from the Antonian fortress, and they said, we seek Jesus of Nazareth. He said, I am He. There's nothing threatening about that. Those guys who were trained in combat fell on the ground shaking like children. Who was in charge there? The carpenter's son. He had real power. He did not yield to the intimidation of Rome. A small businessman's clothing store was threatened with extinction by a national chain store that bought all the property on that block around that little store. And they went to the man who owned the little store and said, we want you to sell out to us. He said, no. This has been my shop. It was my daddy's shop before me. We're going to keep this store. If you don't sell out, we're going to build completely around you and drive you out of business. He said, I'm still not selling. The Mecca Corporation, true to its threat, built a massive store around all four sides of the little store that was right in the middle. The Mecca store on opening day put up a sign, grand opening. The little merchant that was right in the middle stretched a banner from one side of his store to the other, main entrance. A mother had given her 9-year-old son piano lessons, and it was going nowhere. How many of you have given your children piano lessons and all they can play is chopsticks after 4 years? You're going to enjoy this story. This true story. In desperation, she bought 2 tickets for her son and herself to go hear Paderewski in concert. They walked in the theater, sat down, and the mother started talking to a woman next to her. Her 9-year-old son saw the massive ebony Steinway on the platform. He walked up on the stage, sat down, and started playing chopsticks. The crowd was mortified and started saying, "Stop! Stop!" Paderewski was backstage behind the curtain. He heard the crowd. He walked out on the stage. He saw what was happening. He told the boy, he said, "Don't quit." And he sat down beside the boy, and he started composing a masterful concerto that blended with this little feeble effort of chopsticks. And it was a masterful, beautiful musical presentation until the crowd stood and applauded when it was over. So how's that relate to you? Sometimes when you've done the very best you can, it sounds like chopsticks. And you feel like I have really chopsticks.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
It is time for Yes with Yesse. Please welcome your host, Yesenia Leyva.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Buenas noches. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is Thursday. It's pre-Friday. Pre-Friday. I always look forward to pre-Friday. It doesn't mean anything because we still have to work and we still have a lot of things to get done. But it's a little bit of comfort that it's almost the weekend. So good evening. Good evening, family. Good evening. 89.1 FM. Good evening. It is awesome to have you there with me. As you're going home, you're going to work. Sorry to hear that. I want to go home. But whatever you're doing on your way, do it safely and do it locked in with New Season Gospel FM, and we'll just brighten your afternoon. So good evening to you, 89.1. Facebook family, good evening. I see you. YouTubers, I see you as well. Good evening to you. Brother Darren, good evening, sir. Brother Glenn, I haven't seen you in a while. Good evening to you. I hope that you stay locked into Yes with Yesse tonight and just learn a little bit of what it's all about and share it with the community. Share it with the community of those with disabilities. Globally, we all know a lot of people, right? The ones that we work with and all that. Just let them know this platform is here. This platform is here, and it's for you guys. It's for all of us just to really soak in information, resources, and community. More than anything, community. And Glenn, I know that you and I speak the same language when it comes to community, and that's one of my favorite things. So good evening, Sister Anne-Marie. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining. Sister Anne-Marie, you owe me you owe me a concert. You owe me like 2 concerts, but I'll leave it at 1, but technically you owe me 2 concerts. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, okay? In 2023, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So good evening, family. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining. And let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. This is going to be a little bit of a fun, freelance music, gospel, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, new season, Yes with Yesse kind of afternoon, okay? So let's do it, let's do it, let's jump right in. Sí, claro que sí. Y para nuestra gente latina, buenas noches a todos que nos están escuchando en 89.1 a través de la página web de New Season Gospel FM, a través de YouTube. A nuestra gente latina queremos que sepan que son más que bienvenidos aquí en esta familia y los invitamos a que estén con nosotros y aprendan lo que está pasando en nuestra comunidad y por supuesto que nos acompañen los domingos a nuestro servicio a las 11 de la mañana. Para más información contácteme que yo le daré la información necesaria. So good evening everyone. That was an intro for our Latinos in the house, because we do have some Latinos and we are hoping and praying to grow so much more, because that's what New Season is all about. Everybody coming to Jesus together. Antonio, good evening to you. And so I'm going to start the night, guys, the afternoon, with one of my favorites that I recently discovered. And I don't know what took me so long to discover it, or what took somebody else so long to tell me that they know that this song existed, because it's absolutely amazing. So I love it. And I'm going to play it for you guys to kick off tonight on Yes with Yesse. And then I'm just going to talk to you guys about some happenings, some things that have definitely happened and that bring joy and all that is to come. So Glenn says can't stay, but wanted to stop by and say hi. What a great platform to the word. See you soon. Thank you so much, Glenn. And make sure to just follow my Facebook, check out the event that we have coming up, and share it with the community. We'd love to definitely have you guys there. So, and let me know if you have any questions. So definitely share. Thank you so much. And we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Let's get started. Clap your hands and enjoy this awesome song with me this afternoon. And you'll know very soon why it is one of my favorites.
very seldom they say hi. They don't know how wonderful you are. If they only knew all the things that you've been through, if only they could see your heart. I hear you crying for help. Please don't blame yourself. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Yeah. When it's time to go to sleep and you try your best to keep yourself from falling apart, there's no need to fear, because I'm already here, and I'm the one who sees your heart. Yes, I hear you crying for help. Please don't blame yourself. You are not forgotten. No, no. You are not forgotten. Oh, you are not just a face in the crowd. You are not a forgotten child. Let me whisper it loud. I love you. Oh, I love you. You can hold your head up high, 'cause I'll make everything alright. I'm committed to you smiling again. Yeah. And eventually you'll see people sing my melodies. Everyone just needs a friend. Yeah. And when they're crying for help, ooh, you'll be able to tell them. Please tell them for me. Forgotten.
That's right. You are not forgotten. I am not forgotten. We are not forgotten. And if I can tell you guys anything at all, always is you're not forgotten. And so that's a beautiful, beautiful song. And I love it so much because I can resonate in times where maybe I have felt forgotten. I have felt it like I'm in the back burner, you know, like I didn't belong, like I didn't matter. And it's a beautiful reminder that God has not forgotten you. God has not forgotten me. In fact, so much so that he has given me purpose. He has given me purpose time and time again. He has restored my joy, my faith, and I'm not forgotten. And because I'm not forgotten, and I now have purpose, I continue to have purpose. I continue to recognize that I have purpose. And there's nothing better than that. And so for that, we say thank you. Thank you for the reminder that we are not forgotten, and be grateful.
Solo quiero orar un momento más, pues en ti no dejo de pensar. Gracias, Dios, por amarme así. Y aunque a veces olvido que para mi necesidad provees, oh gracias Dios por amarme así. Me sostienes cuando sé que caeré. Tu amor es increíble, me transformaste. Aquí estoy como soy, vengo a adorarte mi Señor. Quiero agradecerte, Dios, gracias por tu amor, por tu perdón, por proteger mi corazón. Quiero agradecerte. Pude haber muerto en mi pecado, pero me viniste a salvarme, diste paz y fuerza para amar. Yo era el que debió pagar, pero tomaste mi lugar, mi Cristo. ¿Qué puedo decir? Y aunque no merezco tu amor por mí, en tu misericordia me amaste. Aquí estoy como soy, para adorarte mi Señor. Quiero agradecerte, Dios, gracias por tu amor, por tu perdón, por proteger mi corazón. Quiero agradecerte, quiero agradecerte por el sol. Quiero agradecerte su resplandor. Dios, te amo. Gracias, te quiero agradecer. Gracias por tu dulce amor. Aquí estoy como soy, vengo a adorarte mi Señor. Quiero agradecerte, Dios, gracias por tu amor, por tu perdón, por proteger mi corazón. Quiero agradecerte, gracias Dios. Quiero agradecerte, mi Señor. Quiero agradecerte. Oh, dímelo. Que a mi Señor. Quiero agradecerte, mi Dios. Quiero agradecerte.
Quiero agradecerte. And that's what we want to do. We want to say thank you for every opportunity, every chance, every day that we get. Every is another opportunity to do something awesome. So good evening, Sister Jan. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Do me a favor, share the broadcast, and help us to allow it to circulate around and let others know that we are here on Yes with Yesse this Thursday afternoon. Guys, if you know and we talk and we have conversation, you'll always hear me talk about inclusion, diversity, what I do, what I represent, and it matters. It matters, right? If it matters to one person, it matters to more people, and that's how we can relate to one another. And so, when you go to the news, it's pretty crazy. I want to say it's kind of disturbing, but it's pretty crazy, the things that we read, the things that we see, and how representation and really there's such little value there's such little value from some people when it comes to representation and specific representation of disability or of individuals with disabilities. And for me, it's alarming. It's alarming because I always say if we have no representation, we have no voice, no one to speak for us, with us, or on our behalf, and makes it really difficult for anything to happen, right? And so I was reading that unfortunately, in a specific state, rather not say where, politicians, okay, in politicians in the politics world or in the world of politics really don't care if those that they, either hire or have as volunteers, as ambassadors, that is, as ambassadors of individuals with disabilities, they really don't care if they have a disability or not. So sometimes, and I've seen it because I've been very active in politics around voting time and stuff. So it's crazy to know that politics oftentimes don't really care if our disability ambassadors are actually disabled or actually have a disability. And it stinks because a lot of times what I find is that it's more having to do with the numbers, of course, and winning the election than actually really truly caring about the representation of individuals with disabilities, or on whatever the topic or the subject is that politician is actually advocating for. So the government itself now has about 20 disability and access ambassadors across different areas of the politics. So whether it's advertisement or arts and culture, maybe banking, energy, housing, recruitment, maybe retail and tourism, there's only a representation of about 20 ambassadors. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. And representation matters, guys. So again, if we're being underrepresented or not represented at all, do we really expect that these ambassadors are to drive, improvements in the accessibility and quality of life and services and facilities and those kind of sectors for individuals with disabilities? Not if we're underrepresented. Not only not if we're underrepresented, but not if these politicians or the people, I'm referring to politicians based on the article that I was reading, but any entity, any career, that doesn't have representation of individuals with disabilities within that career, within that job, within that company, we can't really expect change of accessibility for us as individuals with disabilities. We also can't expect it if we as the individuals with disabilities are not willing to educate. First, be willing to educate on the need of accessibility, why it is important and why it's a smart thing to do, whether it be for an accommodation, accessibility, maybe financially, from a financial perspective. And sometimes, truth be told, that particular accommodation or modification might not be the smartest decision to make based on cost. But then, okay, it's not a matter of let's not do it at all. It's a matter of what else can we do to make whatever it is that we're trying to make accessible for individuals with disabilities accessible. And I think that is a huge something that is lacking in representation, is having that conversation when it comes to different entities, whether it be banks, where people go every day. Just the other day, there was very inappropriate wording as it pertained to providing accommodations to individuals with disabilities. And I was like, oh, we're not doing that. As a matter of fact, a family member of mine walked into the bank, saw this inappropriate verbiage. They meant well, but it was inappropriate. And they brought it to their attention. Oh, if my sister would see that, and so they already know. I would have gone in there and knocked doors. What are we doing about this sign? And that's just a sign. Imagine something permanent that technically would take a lot more work to change or modify, right? So, yeah, it's important that not only we have disability ambassadors, but quality, of course, quality over quantity, but the more the better. The more representation we have, the better chances that we have in actually making change for our entire community. So that was an interesting article to read about representation and the lack thereof representation as it pertained to individuals with disabilities.
fuerzas luché. Pensé que podía vencer, lo perdí todo. Me rindo hoy. Vamos a declarar. Mas cuando no podía seguir, el Hijo me encontró a mí y me dijo: contigo yo estoy. Me levantó, me restauró, en tierra firme ahora estoy. Gracias, Maestro, te agradezco. Vamos a declarar. Él me sanó, me transformó y mis cadenas
That's a song right there. You got to wait till the very last second. Get up out of that grave because there's no time. There's no time to stay in the bottom. That is for sure because of the goodness of God. Guys, did you know that Mattel, as I would usually say, but no, that's not how you say it. Mattel has introduced his first Barbie doll with Down syndrome this past Tuesday. So literally just a couple days ago. And so it has designed the doll in partnership with the National Down Syndrome Association. So the National Down Syndrome Association provides information, resources, and all things, accessibility and information and all that stuff for individuals with Down syndrome and their families on a national level. And so they partnered with Mattel to bring forward this brand new Barbie doll with Down syndrome. Now we're seeing Barbie dolls with Down syndrome in wheelchairs, with crutches, with amputations, and really just all inclusive as it pertains to disability related issues for those kids and individuals that have Down syndrome or any disability really. I remember when Target started to join in the inclusion of individuals with disabilities, the representation was awesome. So you would go in and you would see a young boy or a young girl in a wheelchair or with any particular disability, and the times that I was able to witness a young kid, a young boy or a young girl just experiencing that is the moment, seeing this person portrayed in a picture at Target, whether they were in a wheelchair or whatever it was really cool for them to see, like, oh wow, look, like that could be me, or that resembles me in some way. And it went totally national. It was on different television channels and all that good stuff. So that's the importance of representation and why it's necessary, especially for our kids and our youth, to see themselves in different ways that they would want to see themselves, right? To see others rather representing how they would want to see themselves. So Barbie, with the debut of this doll and coming out so soon, so recent that is, Barbie hopes to continue to allow more children that chance to see themselves through Barbie, Ken. I remember as a kid, I had the whole 9 yards. I had the Barbies, Kens, the limo, the dresses, the pets. I had it all. I didn't like to play because I had to pick it up. And I didn't like to pick it up. But I had it for sure. So awesome, guys. Way to go to Mattel, because representation definitely matters. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, go ahead and get it. And if you don't have a child to give it to, donate it to a child that might enjoy playing with that Barbie. If not, let me know. I have plenty. I have plenty of them for sure. So it's an awesome representation of the reflection of the entire world that these kids see around them. So it's an awesome thing that Mattel is doing in partnership with the National Down Syndrome Society in around the world, really, because it's a global need of representation. So it's definitely awesome. Thank you, Mattel. And I just hope that representation continues to grow globally, worldwide, especially in places that we know that representation does not exist as it pertains to the representation of individuals with different disabilities.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All of my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing cerca estás en la oscuridad. Te conozco como Padre, como amigo fiel. Mi vida está en la bondad de Dios. En mi vida has sido bueno. En mi vida has sido tan fiel. Con mi ser, con cada aliento, yo cantaré de la bondad de Dios. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Tu fidelidad sigue persiguiéndome. Tu fidelidad sigue persiguiéndome. Todo lo que soy te lo entrego hoy, a ti me rendiré. Tu fidelidad sigue persiguiéndome. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. The goodness of God. I'll sing it out, I'll sing it out. 'Cause you've been so good to me, oh God. Oh, yeah, oh. I'll sing it out, I'll sing it out. You've been so good to me. Oh, I'll sing it out, I'll sing it out. You've been so good to me. I'll never stop singing. I'll never stop singing.
It is well. It is well with my soul, and I hope that it is well with your soul as well. Thank you, everyone, so much for being with me tonight on another episode of Yes with Yesse. Greatly appreciate you all. Please take a moment to share the broadcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, New Season Gospel FM. You can also follow me on Yes with Yesse all across all social media platforms. That would be definitely greatly appreciated, as there's always something for you guys to learn and gain in our community if you follow. So last but certainly not least, I'm going to play for you guys one more of my favorite songs just to say see you later to you all. So enjoy it, as I know I will enjoy it too.
Fíjame en ti, mi corazón en ti, que cada respirar exalte tu majestad. Mis manos alzo a ti, me rindo todo a ti, ante tu grandeza, Dios, me quedo asombrado. Toda gloria, todo honor al que todo dio por mí. Yo quiero estar cerca de ti. Fíjame en ti, fíjame en ti. Distracciones, hoy rindo a tus pies. Fíjame en ti.
Fix my eyes on you. Set my heart on you.
Fíjame en ti, fix my eyes on you. Love that song, and that's all we have to do, fix our eyes on Jesus, and he will make the rest happen. So, guys, thank you so much for joining another episode of Yes with Yesse. It's been an adventurous last few days, lots going on, the good, the bad, the ugly. We just have to embrace it and learn from the experiences and just keep it moving. Like I always say, keep it moving. The best is yet to come. And always with a positive attitude, positive mindset. It's yes and amen. So I'm grateful for every opportunity and every situation that comes my way. You grow through what you go through and learn from what we go through, right? So that's all that we can do. So guys, I want to just give you a couple of announcements and invite you to our second annual Future Floristic Funclusion event, celebrating my 10th annual Funclusion event. It's been 10 awesome years. I was putting some pictures and videos together and I'm like, wow, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. So cool. It's all about inclusion of individuals with disabilities through entertainment. You're going to see performers with and without disabilities, an all-inclusive fashion show, again, of individuals with and without disabilities, all ages, from the little ones to us as the old ones, the older ones. It's going to be an awesome time. And the best part is that the response that we're getting is absolutely amazing. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're interested, contact me for more information via social media or 954-529-4586, and I will help you get your tickets reserved because you don't want to miss it. It's going to be an awesome event. So that's going to take place May 20th, which is just a couple of ways. I'm talking about it like it's super far away. It's just a couple of days away. May 20th at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts at 3 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m. Now, these events are on time. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. we're out. You're late. I'm sorry. But 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. May 20th, which is a Saturday at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. Jay, I see you. I know that you already have your ticket. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And so May 20th, 3 o'clock, Broward Center for the Performing Arts. You can call me for more information or assistance in getting your tickets at 954-529-4586. Remember, tomorrow is our Mother's Day programming here at New Season Gospel FM. Make sure that you submit your contribution to, or your dedication, that is, to your mom or to your children on this upcoming Mother's Day. Remember, you can do that via Cash App at via WhatsApp, that is, via WhatsApp at 954-536-1821. And about Cash App, Zelle, and the email that you guys are familiar with, you can definitely give. Your giving and your contribution is definitely needed and truly appreciated. So ways to give are scrolling across the screen, and if you need that information, it is Cash App $ New Season WC, Zelle at 954-536-1821. You can give right on our websites, newseasonfm.com. So those are different ways that you guys can give. Again, you need more information on that, you can always contact one of us and we will be more than happy to help you. So don't forget to send in your dedication to your mom for Mother's Day, which will be announced tomorrow bright and early on the Pastor Steve Show alongside Pastor Henry at 8 a.m. And of course, before that, join us for In His Presence at 6:30 a.m. So a long yet fulfilling and busy day tomorrow and weekend ahead, and it's going to be an awesome weekend. And then of course, we'll see you back at noontime with prayer time with Sister Yesse tomorrow. So I look forward to all of that. I will see you guys on the other side of the screen tomorrow morning on the Pastor Steve Show, and then God willing, I will see you all throughout the weekend. So with that, of course, I am going to just play one more song for you guys before we get out of here and you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. So don't forget, guys, all those awesome announcements. Please share the broadcast, invite a friend, don't come alone. Don't keep your blessing to yourself. Invite a family member, invite your friend, bring your mom, bring them to New Season. You'll be glad you did. So I will see you guys, God willing, on Sunday. And again, the Future Floristic Funclusion Experience anniversary of Funclusion coming up May 20th, 3 p.m. Get your tickets before they run out. Last year we did sell out, so we're praying for that again this year. We're so close. So get your tickets, okay? Get your tickets. And so to leave us out, to send us out, that is, I'm going to play one more for you guys, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Join me again next week, Thursdays, God willing, on another episode of Yes with Yesse. In the meantime, before I see you guys again, please share the broadcast and let others know that we are here. Share Yes with Yesse. Let people know that there is help out there. There is information. There is resources. And nobody, absolutely nobody, should ever have to do life alone. And that's why we're here. We're here so you don't have to do that. So make sure to please share the broadcast and share Yes with Yesse. Subscribe to Yes with Yesse YouTube channel as well as New Season Gospel FM so you guys don't miss a beat. Okay? So hold on. No matter what you're going through, no matter the situation, no matter how hard it is right now, hold on, because it does get better. On that note, I will see you guys again next week on another episode of Yes with Yesse.
If you knelt beside the rubble of an aching, broken heart, when the things you give your life to fell apart, you're not the first to be acquainted with sorrow, grief, and pain. But the Master promised sunshine after rain. Hold on, my child. Joy comes in the morning. Weeping only lasts for the night. Hold on, my child. Joy comes in the morning. The darkest stormy song is just inside. To enlist your seed of faith in God and mountains you can't move. You've risked your life for things you cannot prove. But to give the things you cannot keep for what you cannot lose is the way to find the joy God has for you. Hold on, my child. Joy comes in the morning. Weeping only lasts for the night. just inside. Now this is what you do. You smile in your neighbor's face and you talk about them behind their back.